Why are we here today? We're here to celebrate Alex John Redinger in his young and budding life, welcoming his spirit to the world. Why are we here today? We're here to celebrate his spiritual union with his godparents, Jeff and Emily. Why are we here? Why are we here in that larger sense? That's certainly a question Alex will ask as he moves. The other day after I met Alex and his parents, I was in the market and I heard a new recording of an old song by a standard bearer of my generation, John Lennon. That song is Instant Karma, and the words, a couple of lines from that song, struck me with all the power and force they hit me with back in 1969. The first line was, "Why in the world are we here?" And the second line, "Surely not to live in pain and fear." It's pretty simple, it's pretty direct. But to me, there's a world of meaning in those words. Pain and fear, suffering are definitely out there. Alex is going to confront them. And how can we prepare him? The Buddha said, "I teach one thing and one thing only. I teach suffering and how to get rid of unnecessary suffering." He laid this teaching out as several tasks that we need to accomplish as we go through life. The first task is to confront suffering, to know it, to understand it. As we said, Alex will see suffering. He may suffer himself. It's just part of life. But this world is not a vale of tears. Just looking at where we're at, the beauty of this ceremony, we know that there's much more to life than that. So by knowing what suffering is, by confronting it, we also know what it is not. And the Buddha said, much of our life is needless suffering. To borrow a image from William Blake, we create mind-forged manacles that encumber us and keep us from living life to our fullest extent. So although hunger, sickness, pain, and death exist, a lot of the suffering we face, we don't need to do. It's suffering in our minds. We want things we can't have, and so we suffer. We want to be loved by everyone, and when the impossible can't happen, we suffer over that. We want to obtain something because that's going to make us happy when we get it, and when we get that possession, pretty quickly the novelty wears off, and then we want something else. We gain the love of someone we desire, and then we anguish over whether we're going to lose them. Our reactions, our bad habits, our fixed beliefs, our superstitions, the Buddha called this grasping and craving. Sometimes suffering is just discontent. It's grasping and craving for things we don't really need. So our first task is just to get to know suffering, what it is, and then you'll know what it is not. You don't really need it. This reminds me of a story. I was once at my in-laws' house trying to study for an exam, reading, and caught the attention, or my young niece, Leslie, caught my attention. Leslie had just gotten in trouble with her mom, and Mom took away her prized possession, a blanket, which was named Blanky. And she took Blanky and put it high on a shelf for 30 minutes. And Blanky meant a lot to Leslie. Blanky was her security, was her defense against the world. So she sat there under that shelf, and she's looking up at it, and she's going, "Blanky! Blanky! Blanky!" It was a terrible sight. And look what happened now. Blanky, which is supposed to defend her, has suddenly become the cause of her suffering. So she sat there, and I couldn't help but pay attention because it was impossible to study in that atmosphere. She sat there screaming for Blanky, and after a few minutes, something very interesting happened. You know that children's game When you repeat a word over and over, say the word blue, 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 blue. Suddenly the word doesn't have a meaning anymore. And we psychologists have dressed that up and called it semantic satiation. That seems to be what happened to Leslie as she sat there crying for Blanky all that time. She stopped having cries of anguish and suddenly started laughing. She's going, Blanky, 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 Blanky. It's like the word completely changed meaning for her. She realized the absurdity of the situation, and pretty soon she ran off to play, free of the chains of her security blanket. So to recap, the first thing we need to do is to understand suffering for what it is. Second thing is to let go of our graspings and cravings, which often cause unnecessary suffering. Our third task is to live life without that security blanket, without those graspings and cravings. To fully experience life as it can be without those things to hold us back. These words carry a lot of baggage. We tend to think of enlightenment as something that happens only after you sit in a cave for many years, chanting mantras to a wall in a painful lotus posture. And that this enlightenment is something, this state of perpetual bliss that you carry around with you and you never come down from it. But I want you to think now of enlightenment as something quite differently, as a lightness, as something that happens all of a sudden when you suddenly drop your anxieties, your fears, your superstitions, everything that's holding you back. And suddenly you feel at that moment that you don't need anything more in your life. It's like your life is a bell. And if you grasp it, there's no sound. If you're enlightened, if you hold it lightly, your life resonates. Your life resonates and rings like a bell, and that's what the experience is like if you've ever had that experience. It's not something you carry 24 hours a day, but it's something you can come back to. That's the experience that we wish, that joyousness for Alex and all the children here today. And Alex's parents, Dave and Anna, and his new godparents, Jeff and Emily, and all his family and friends are here to help him in accomplishing these tasks so that he can enter the stream of life and so that every aspect of his humanity flourishes in the years to come. Now I'd like to introduce David and Anna Redinger, Alex's parents.
To our dear child, as your parents, we welcome you to this new life and wish you everything good in it. Even though we were strangers not long ago, we did not know you just 16 months ago. We love you. We will do our best to provide for you materially, give you a good education, and care for you in all circumstances.
And as your parents, we'll have a caring relationship and communicate well with each other, for we know that it's the best way to let you know that this world is a loving place. We will live ethically so that you'll learn good habits and observing how we live. We'll work to subdue our anger and learn good skills for resolving conflict so we can be good role models for you. We'll smile, laugh, and share our affection so you'll feel comfortable doing the same.
You do not belong to us. You belong to God and Mother Nature. You belong to all sentient beings in this universe. We want to enable you to share your love and talents with others in the world. Similarly, you also belong to the world, and we will take the love we have for you and spread it to all living beings everywhere, because love is not something that is limited in quantity. By loving you and loving each other, we will learn how to love all other beings as well.
into this world with your own karma. We cannot control everything you do. That happens to you. We will do our best to nurture your positive predisposition and help subdue your negative ones. We will do our best to protect you, knowing that as much as we would like to, we cannot prevent you from experiencing suffering. You'll learn through your own life experience. We will do our best to give you the skills to make wise decisions and handle situations creatively and with kindness.
Our best to raise you so that you'll be aware of your own personal nature. The basic purity of your mind is your potential to become a fully enlightened being. The seeds of love, compassion, generosity, ethical discipline, patience, joyous effort, concentration, wisdom, and other wonderful qualities already exist in your mind. We will help you to cultivate this aspect of your personal nature too. We want you to have a self-confidence that is based on a deep awareness of your own inner goodness.
We know that we and you will have mistakes in life, and that sometimes we will be in conflict. But realizing that all of us have this potential, we'll respect each other and do what we can to help each other out. As long as there's a top to get to from the bottom, you will persevere in your upward striving. We have given you this human body, and we pray that you will have a precious soul.
Now we're going to hear some words from Hamlet.
I'm sorry, that's right. I was out of order.
Oh, okay.